Why, hello there, I'm Professor Joel, and welcome to another episode of Planet Scooby Reviews. Today we are covering 20,000 Screams Under the Sea, and this episode originally aired on November 17th, 1979, and it is the 9th episode of Scooby-Doo and Scrappy-Doo Season 1. Here we find the gang in sunny Acapulco, where they have a run-in with the ancient Aztec Sea Beast while attending a cliff diving competition at the Cove of Fear. Not much trivia for this one, other than we see the gang in their swim gear, which is always nice for a change of pace. Freddy, Daphne, and Velma also put on some scuba gear that is reminiscent of A Clue for Scooby-Doo. Anyway, enough of my jibber jabber. Let's get on with the review. The episode begins with a man in a fishing boat out in a cove. He hears a strange groaning coming up from the sea, and we, the audience, get a quick Jaws point of view shot along with some Jaws-like music. A humanoid creature rises from the water and exclaims the ocean is his as the man rolls off.
What a night to be caught out at sea. What is that?
Away, the ocean is mine.
We then cut to the gang on a beach in Acapulco, where Velma is reading about this sea creature. We learn it is called the gruesome sea beast of the Aztecs. The man who is frightened by the sea beast wanders by and tells the gang that the sea beast is real, and he just saw them last night at the Cove of Fear. Velma then exclaims that's where they will be watching the sea diving contest later that afternoon.
And the gruesome sea beast of the Aztecs is still said to haunt the waters off the coast of Acapulco.
The sea beast is only an Aztec legend, Shaggy.
It's not just a legend, my friends. I saw it myself in the storm off Miedoso Cove.
Miedoso Cove? What does that mean?
Cove of Fear.
But that's where we're going for the cliff diving contest this afternoon.
I would advise against it, my friends.
At the sea diving contest, Tiger Moore shows up late, but shows up just in time to draw the first button to dive first. Tiger makes his dive, but while he's in the sea below, he sees something terrible before swimming off.
Zoinks! Like I can see why they call this the Cove of Fear. We will now choose numbers to determine the order of the dive. Please, if you will each draw a number.
Wait, am I too late?
Tiger Morris, welcome.
I've heard of him. He's one of the best divers in the world.
My plane was late getting to Acapulco. I was afraid I'd miss the contest.
You may draw the first number. Number 1.
There's something down there, something terrible.
What could it be?
Stay away!
Like, follow those divers.
We've got to follow that sea beast.
The cliff diving contest is over. Freddy and the girls go down to the cove to investigate, while Shaggy and the dog stay on the cliffs to search for some clues and to pretty much avoid spotting the sea monster. But of course, Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy all end up falling down a pit, and they soon reach up with Freddy and the girls. With the tide out, Freddy, Velma, and Daphne discover a secret cave. Inside, they see a shadow, but it's just the man they talked to earlier, who is Miguel Valdez, and he's just down there picking up shellfish.
Who's in here? Who is it?
It's only us.
Yes, I am Miguel Valdez.
We saw the sea beast ourselves. But what are you doing here?
I come here when the tide goes out. It's easy to pick seafood trapped here in the cave.
Senor Valdez, do you think you could take us out to where you saw the beast last night?
I could, but why would you want to go?
We think there's a mystery here, and it might help us get to the bottom of it.
Senor Valdez takes Freddy, Velma, and Daphne out in his rowboat to the spot where he saw the sea beast. Meanwhile, our hungry trio of Scooby, Shaggy, and Scrappy open up some oysters, and instead of meat, they find pearl necklaces inside. Before they can investigate any further, the sea beast shows up and we get a quick chase scene.
Well, hi, Scrappy. Come on, we're about to have some lunch. You just open the shell and pull out... I've heard of pearls and shells, but never a whole necklace.
I'll find you.
Out in Senor Valdez's rowboat, Daphne spots something huge beneath the boat. Before they can look a little more closely, a storm starts up and they are rolled back by waves into the cave.
It was here, right here, that I saw him. Like nothing you ever seen before.
Velma, Fred, look down there.
Whatever it is, it's huge.
It is the current. Every night it flows directly into the cave.
Scooby, Shaggy, and Scrappy fall into the rowboat as well, and then another wave comes across, and it sends everyone way up high to the top of the cliff. Here, Scrappy finds a number 1 button, which is unusual as Tiger Morse had picked out the number 1 button when he made his first dive.
How did the number 1 button get back into the jar?
Like maybe the same way this pearl necklace got into an abalone shell.
I thought pearls were only found in oysters.
They are, Fred. I think we should check out that necklace in Acapulco.
At a jewelry store in Acapulco, the gang learn the pearls are rare and valuable from Senor Gonzalez, the store owner. It bears the mark of Spanish royalty from centuries past. We also learned from the guest book of the jewelry store that Tiger Morse was recently in the store.
We're sorry to disturb you at this hour of the night, Senor Gonzalez, but we think this could be important.
They are rare and very valuable. You see this clasp? It bears the mark of the Spanish royalty from centuries past. Where did you find this?
Tiger Morris?
My shop is very popular. Everyone who comes to Acapulco comes here. Now, please, good night.
Well, like we didn't learn much in there.
Wrong, Shaggy. One more stop and we'll have everything we need.
Everyone hops in a motorboat and the gang cruise out in a storm to where they saw the super huge shadow from before. Freddy, Velma, and Daphne dive into the water.
Just relax, Shaggy. We'll be right back.
I'll be right back.
While Shaggy, Scrappy, and Scooby tussle with the Sea Beast on the motorboat. The Sea Beast puts a hole in the boat and dives off as the boat sinks. While diving, Freddy spots an old sunken ship with all of its treasure chests emptied. Back at sea level, Senor Valdez shows up just in the nick of time and rows everyone back to safety.
We got a bail!
What's going on?
My friends, over here.
We have to get to the Harbor Patrol offices right away. Will you take us there?
The gang head back to the Harbor Patrol, but no one is in the Harbor Patrol office. The Sea Beast has also cornered them inside the office. Escaping out of a window, the gang evade the Sea Beast and hop into another boat to escape.
Here we are, guys. Harbor Patrol, that way.
Never know. There's no escape for you now.
Everybody inside!
Let's get out of here!
Follow me!
We get our final chase scene with Shaggy, Scooby, and the Sea Beast on a hang glider, where they all get tangled up in the mast of a yacht. Unmasking the Sea Beast, it turns out to be Tiger Morse. All of the treasure had been pulled into the coast from the tide, and there the oysters and shellfish had gobbled up all of the jewelry. Tiger Morse made a duplicate number 1 button so he could be the first to dive and then scare everyone away, decked out as the Sea Beast, and collect all the pearls in peace.
It's okay, kid. Now we got him.
It's easy to figure out once you know what's been going on. When you found the pearl necklace in the abalone, Shaggy, that confirmed my suspicions about the sunken galleon in the bay.
When we found there was no treasure on board, we realized the current that had pulled us into the cove
Had pulled the treasure there, too.
Where they were gobbled up by the abalone.
It's Tiger Morris.
The book in Gonzalez's jewelry store told us he'd been in Acapulco at least since yesterday.
And I would have been rich today if it hadn't have been for you. Thanks, kids. We'll pick up from here.
With another mystery solved, the gang head off on their next adventure.
Well, that was really an exciting mystery.
No argument there, Daphne.
I give this episode a 7.5 out of 10. This one's pretty good. I liked it, but there's no real new ground covered here. We've seen this type of mystery before, so it was a bit predictable. The sea monster looks cool enough, but just isn't my jam. There's a humanoid shape to him, and it just feels like a man in a rubber suit, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, the creature from the Black Lagoon is one of my favorite sea monsters and movies out there, but the design of this is no Gill Man. It's not bad though. It just wasn't my jam, I guess. I'm hard to please with sea monsters, I think, because I didn't like the sea monster from Creepy Heap from the Deep that much either. And I don't like the design of this one all that much. But again, it's not bad. It just wasn't my thing. Still, there's lots to love about this episode. The gang relaxing on their beach in their swimwear was a lot of fun. And Senior Valdez was one cool dude. The fact that they woke up a jewelry store owner in the middle of the night just to inspect some pearls gave a sense of urgency to the episode as well. It's also a little bit ridiculous. I just don't even see that happening. Really, like, who wakes someone up in the middle of the night? Really? Unless you're like a police detective. But whatever, it just added to the fun. I felt like Freddy, Daphne, and Velma had a little more screen time than normal compared to the past Scrappy episodes. Although Velma pretty much is the only one doing any detective work in this specific series, as Shaggy, Scooby, and Scrappy are left to do their own quick and fun gags. Daphne just kind of makes her comments saying like jeepers or this place is creepy. And Freddy just kind of directs traffic and kind of dictates what everyone should be doing. But yeah, 7.5 out of 10. Not a bad episode, just not that memorable. And yeah, that's my review. Anyway, I want to thank you for any likes, views, subscribes, and shares. I really appreciate it quite a bit. I do put a lot of work into these episodes. I spend a lot of time putting them together. I want to get an episode out every week. So actually, I'm recording this near Christmas time in 2021, and it's not coming out until like October 2022. That's far ahead. I try and work just in case I get sick or something happens or, things happen. So I just really want to try and get out videos as regularly as possible because everyone seems to enjoy them, and I appreciate that. And I just want to say thank you. Everyone watching, commenting, you're the fuel for me to keep this going. So thank you very much. Anyway, join me next week when I will be covering I Left My Neck in San Francisco. Until then, stay spooky.